Hey everybody, this is ABG Reef. I know y'all been missing us. We've been a little bit busy, but we're here to bring you another episode. Today we're going to be going through a water change. So as you can see, I got 3 5-gallon jugs of water. I've left them in here for a day so they can get the room temperature. I've already got the roof or the top off of the fish tank, and I got them outside, already cleaned that. Anyway, I already stirred everything up in my tank. I got my siphon here on the floor. I got my bucket, my scrub pad. So I'm gonna take approximately about 15 gallons out of the tank and put that back in, let it settle out. Then I'll go in the back and clean the skimmer and the filters and whatnot.
The goby just ate some sand and dropped it. I never saw this goby do it, but I know a lot of other gobies do it.
So we're approximately, I'd say, 6 to 7 months into this tank, and as you can see, the rock has a little bit of a purplish tint to it. The diatom algae has kind of died back. We're starting to get a little bit of green algae starting to grow on the rocks, but I'm not having to clean the glass or the rocks nearly as much. We just went out of town for 3 or 4 days. I got back and it still looked good, and now another 4 days has gone by. So approximately 8 days I haven't even touched this thing, besides just feeding them. And here a while ago I stirred up the tank a little bit, but it's been a lot easier than what it was starting out. Anyway, we're not gonna video while I take the water out. I know that last video was a bit long, but once I start dumping the water back in it, we'll show you how we do that.
Here's Joe again attacking B. He always does this. I'm gonna talk about snails. Anybody who has a saltwater aquarium should get snails. Snails clean your tank a lot. I mean, not just a lot. Ours had babies, and I can't find one right at this moment, but I'll try to look for one while I'm showing you the rest of the snails. Okay, now that you've seen all the snails we have, I would like to mention a small snail we have, and a snarly snail, if anybody can see that little one. I know I already talked about this snail, but they're super cool. Like, they bury themselves in the sand, and they stick their trunk things out, which is their nose basically. They smell for food and go to the food and eat it. And you know how we have a starfish? We tried out a new starfish right before we went on a trip. And next thing we know, the next day he's dead. We look it up and we hear wrasses eat the starfish. And then B finds out that chocolate chip sea stars eat coral, and they eat invertebrates, which is our snails, shrimp, and crabs, and all of that. And then they could even get a hold of fish. So we're kind of glad he died. We are, and there's a hermit crab in that hole. If you see that it's in the middle right there. It's like a shadow just went in front of it, and water just got on me. The bicolor angel's right there. Bicolor angels are real cool fish, but they're not good to have in a coral reef. So this is what we do to get the water. The cord goes through there, and it connects to the bucket, fills it up, and we just throw the water outside, basically. You don't keep this water right here. It's dirty water. And he's getting all the sand right there. You can just watch for a second.
Yeah, I'm just vacuuming up the waste leftover food and fish poop and whatever. Just whatever's down there that gets kind of trapped in certain spots. I mean, tank's pretty clean for the most part. I think it's pretty well balanced with the fish. I don't think we got it overwhelmed. Right now it's a little cloudy just because, like I said, I stirred it up. I normally take, I do the 3 buckets all at the same time. I'm wondering now, since the last time I did this, we didn't have the corals on top of the rock. So this time I might have to add a bucket of water before I take all of it out. I'm kind of curious about that because I really don't want to expose the corals on top to air for really much time at all, besides just transferring it. But anyways.
Just throw the water in this rocky area right here. And that's all we basically do to that water.
Alright, so I got it down approximately 15 gallons. I left the 5 gallons in the bucket right here just in case I miscalculated how much I took out of the tank. As you can see, the coral in there is right under the water level, so I didn't have to add water to it, so we're good there. We have the 3 5-gallon tanks, so I took the tops off of it. I took the air vent off. We don't have a pump to transfer the water into the tank, so we're gonna manhandle it. You know what manhandle means, G?
Yep.
What's that mean?
Actually, I don't know. What else?
Manhandling means you're gonna use a little bit of your muscle to get that water in there. So I'm gonna go off to the side so I don't splash around the corals and shake them up too bad. And then once I get those 3 jugs in, and I might not even be able to get those 3 jugs in, but without having to take a little bit of water out. But anyway, so here I go. Let me manhandle this in here. Maybe one day I can afford a pump and pump it in and make it a little smoother. But this is what we got right now. Try to go easy where I don't make too big of a mess. Once I get the water up high enough, I'm going to go ahead and kick on the pumps. You want to turn off the pumps like I did. Once the water level starts getting too low, it's just going to cavitate. You don't want to tear up your pumps. That's starting to go a little smoother now since I got the water level down in this water jug. And you can see rocks going everywhere, air, a little bit of everything. It'll settle out. One jug. Going on to number 2. You can do the next one, G. Just joking.
Might have to pause this video so I can hold it.
After I get the water in there, I always get a little bit of fresh water. And I wipe off my lights and around the tank, clean the tank. You don't want all that salt getting on your stuff. It's very corrosive. Once you kick on the pumps, it'll kind of inventory the back of your sump if you have an all-in-one system a little quicker. And then I can see where I'm at as far as water level. You can see I'm probably going to take a little bit more out, but I'll go ahead and keep on that pump. It'll suck that level down. Still a little low. I'm going to start adding some more water to it.
We get our water from the fish bowl and more, as you can see on the package.
probably got 2 gallons left in my jug. I still need to add some more, still low. I have a mark in the back. Uh-oh, my timer went off with my lights. I gotta turn that back on.
So corals are happy?
Well, so I can see. All right, we're back on. Water is very cloudy right now, but it'll all clear up.
We only need a little bit more water.
So I'm gonna go dump this jug. Uh-oh.
Did the thing break?
Yeah, my bucket almost broke here. This is the last time I used this bucket.
We already had one bucket break. All the fish are kind of scared right now. Big Joe just got after the 6-line wrasse. Here B comes.
Oh, so I'm gonna take a little bit more water out here.
You can see you already saw that, so I'm going to make this a little bit more interesting, telling you all a little bit of facts about the fish. Well, as probably a lot of y'all know, angelfish eat coral. We had a lot of well, B says we had a lot of trouble with the angelfish, but I say a little bit. He wants to get rid of him just because of that. But I say I just want to keep him because he looks pretty. I think we learned what the clownfish was doing, biting B's hand. He was protecting his nest. He's making a nest to make babies. And he's protecting it basically. He can't have babies because I think he's a female and he doesn't have a male. And these crabs we got from the Gulf of Mexico, we just found them and pulled them up, and the crabs kind of came out, and we kept 3 of them. And I'm going to show you the other 3, if I can get over here. The second one is, I don't think any of you can see, since the tank's so white. I'm just going to zoom in a little. You see that kind of white? Not that hermit crab. The one over it, that shell. That's the one we got. We got that, the first one from Petco. Here's a fact about gobies and blennies. Gobies and blennies do not get along. Sometimes you get lucky, but we didn't. Our 2 blennies died from a goby, and our goby died. So we got a different type of goby, which this type of goby is a candy cane goby. I don't know, stores won't actually call it that, but he looks like that. I forgot the name of this. It's a long word, I know it is. And the 6-line wrasse. A lot of wrasses people don't like to get. And a lot of people say the 6-line wrasse is bad, but we got a good one. Our first coral ever to get, and we got 2 more the first time. This one and this one. These 2, we didn't think were going to make it because of the angelfish. I can see why he's causing problems, but I just want to keep him because he looks so pretty. Let me show you how pretty he looks. He might not look too pretty with all the stuff floating around, but once he's in the blue, he looks super pretty. And there's like an eye popping out of the ground. If I can try to find it. Right there. That is a conch. I never told y'all about conchs. Conchs clean your tank a lot. They're super cool. They like have eyes that stick out like aliens. They bury themselves. We saw them climb the glass a little bit, so don't expect yours to automatically climb the glass. They're just pretty cool. I mean, I don't really got much else to say with the fish.
All right, so that's the water change right there. That's 15 fresh gallons. Tank stirred up. It looks kind of bad right now. But we'll get back with you here shortly. I'm going to let it filter out. I'm going to clean up the tank, and we'll show you how it looks here all in the next hour or so.
I have one joke for you. What kind of nut does not have a shell? A donut.
All right, everybody. This is ABG Reef. This is the finished product. It's been about an hour or so. It's still a little bit cloudy, but overnight it'll clear up. I think the tank's looking good. Just got through feeding the fish, and hopefully it lasts another month, and then we'll do another water change. This is ABG Reef. Remember,
Click that subscribe button.
that's right.
See you next time.